Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I got a quick small haul for you that I was just so excited to show you. I went to Five Below, and I did find this set of mixed media paintbrushes. I'm sure they're not the best. They do go for watercolors, but they also have palettes in there. And the reason that I got that is because I recently picked up some texture paste from Tim Holtz. Haven't even opened the package yet, and I had no palette knives, so this had a couple different palette knives in there, as well as some different size brushes that were some flat ones, some bigger ones. I thought this would be great. And I did find two more watercolor pads. They are 140 pounds, 36 sheets, 9 by 12, and they're pretty thick. So I found two of them. Those were, you know, $5 each. So I picked them up because I'm having so much fun playing with my watercolors. So my newest obsession. Let me put that away. And but the final thing I got, I'm quite excited about. I've been looking for over a year at Five Below since last fall, and probably 3 or 4 times I've gone looking for the chindi rugs. And I looked yesterday online, and they said they had some available at my local store. I was quite excited. Last time I went, they said they had some available. They were mostly orange, like 90% of the strips had orange on it. But this is the one that I found. Now, I have taken it apart, and I've washed it already because I was so excited I got home. So it's kind of a mess. So I can only imagine what it would be like if you actually bought this rug as a rug. One wash and never being walked on, and it's already started to fall apart. But look at these colors in this one. Yellows and oranges and whites and shades of light green, light blue, light yellow. I got some blacks and purples and reds and blues. I can't even show you all of these. Bright yellows, bright reds. There was a section here. I gotta flip it over, I think. They got some reds and greens that kind of look kind of Christmassy colored. Some bright pinks. Oh, and this is the side, I think it was. I got some purples and bright neon blues, navy blues, greens, yellows. Flip it to the other side, I think. I mean, I wish I could show you the whole thing. But the rainbows of yellows and pinks and etc. There's some orange, but very little orange in there. This is very Halloween on this side with the purples, the neon orange, and the yellow. But I mean, come on, so many colors. They are $7 now. They used to be $5. This was $7. But I ended up weighing this rug, and it is almost 6 pounds of fabric. So 6 pounds of fabric. Just lost my punch. 6 pounds of fabric for $7. I mean, I think that is going to be a great thing. So I'm going to not end the video, end it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this apart. And when I'm done cutting it apart and have it undone, I will come back and show you what it looks like. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to cut this all apart, but the fact that it's starting to fall apart leads me to believe that maybe, hopefully, it won't take as long as I think, because it's already starting to fall apart. But so very excited. So hang on, I'll be back in a couple days probably, but for you it'll be a couple seconds. So I just want to drop in with about 10 minutes after I started video to show you my progress here. So what I did is I took a piece of rug about that big and I cut it all the way down in here using the scissors just to go through and snip the strings that are in here. And like once you pull the first strings out, and I just kept pulling. So after that, since the strings were cut, you can see them hanging down here. They actually weren't too hard to get the rows out as I went, because the strings were cut, and I just needed to pull them out and have them go. And occasionally I would have to maybe go back and cut another string that maybe got a little bit tangled, like right here. And we're just going to cut this one. Just cut that one off. But for the most part, these would just pull apart. And I would get a section out. And this is one of the pieces. Now a lot of them have, this one is an exception, a lot of them have strings. This is beautiful. A lot of them have strings like this one, where they have sewn pieces together. Now I remember when I worked at Joann Fabrics, that's how they would do. They would have huge bolts of fabric, and they would just sew them together to keep rolling them onto a huge bolt, so they would keep going. And occasionally we would get a piece like this and have to cut it off. So these appear to be what they've cut off in between sewn bolts for whatever they were manufacturing. But this one is just beautiful. And I am glad that I washed it ahead of time. Not that it's dirty, but I did hear, and I forgot to mention that before, I did hear that sometimes people would find, you know, sticks in there or some debris. I could say the water was dirty when I was washing it, but because I washed it with some nice smelling soap, it is, just the end? No, it's going to go farther. It doesn't smell too bad. So that has been a bonus for this. But yeah, so it's not been too bad to pull these out and go. There's been some, like this one, some shorter pieces. It starts out pretty wide and it gets pretty thin. But yeah, so I think that's probably the best technique. So once I'm done unrolling this rug, I will take whatever the next part and cut a piece that's about 2 feet and make it a little less unruly to be able to get this out and go from there. But yeah, I just wanted to give you sort of a mid-progress report here to show what I was doing in case you've ever decided you wanted to get one. Yeah, they're not too bad to do. It's gonna take a while still because, like I said, that rug is pretty big, but yeah, so a couple of snips. Don't want to snip through the fabric, just want to snip through whatever this white cording is and go from there. So I'll see you at the end. Alright, I got the rug taken apart. I just want to show a few things. I'm going to show the pile. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to show this whole pile, but I got this piece, which was very cool. I'm sad that I only got a little piece, but it actually has some sequins on it, and it's like oh, it's hard to say, stitching on there, but tiny little piece. But I love it. I'm gonna save it for something. And here's just a small sampling of some of the prettiest ones I got in here. So this is, it's got some floral and it's got this great border on here. Very fun. And then this one, which is just huge, and it's just got a ton of floral on there. And this one, and you can see what I was talking about before, where they're like they stitched a couple pieces together. But this is like 2 different colors, green and red on there. Very fun. This one was really pretty. Again, just odd sizes though, with this great little border on the bottom. And this one, so pretty flower in there, and then got that, and then a nice border on there. Pretty flowers, again, pretty border. And then this one is like that green is just electric. Not sure which is the right side. I'm guessing this is the right side. And then it looks like it should have had like sequins on there, but it's like printed. And then it's got that green on the other side. Just fun. And then I got this one, pretty oranges with the dots on there. I love it. This one I could see probably why it went in there, because it's misprinted on there, but I'm not even sure what that would be. Like flowers, but it misprinted down here on the border. But fun, fun, fun. This is such pretty bright orange and yellows and reds, and a pretty print on there, but again sewn together. But I just love it. It's fun. And here's probably I wish I had a bigger piece of this one. It is just beautiful with oranges and yellows and pinks and some dots. Just that would be so fun as a full piece. And then this one I do have a big one of. It has like printed on there, and it is a nice huge piece. Unfortunately, there is a, I'm gonna get the whole piece on here. Just pretty. It's a nice huge piece. Unfortunately, there was a big hole in it, and that's probably why it made it in here, but there's still quite a bit on there on this one. So I just love that one. Probably my favorite one out of them all. But so here is my dilemma. I can't even show it. The bag's inside out. This is the huge Five Below bag I had, and here is the fabric that came out of there. I'm not even sure if I can get it out of this bag without it all falling all over the place. Okay, I got it all out of the bag. So I can't even begin to show you how much fabric is in here. I'll start putting it back into the bag. But there is just piles and piles and piles of fabric that just goes on. Look at that blue. Like, how pretty is that blue? And greens and blacks and forest green and orange. Probably lost half of the fabrics. Don't even get to be seen. But yeah, I don't know. Look at that pretty leaf on that one. Too bad it's cut off. And leaf over here, pretty orange, and like I didn't pull all the ones out I liked. I just pulled out the ones that I thought looked good. Yeah. So yeah, not supposed to, don't know what I'm supposed to do with all those. But again, those are probably my favorites out of it. And yeah, I love it. Please give me some ideas of what I'm going to do with all this fabric. It's kind of crazy how big it is. Yeah, I love it though. So much fun stuff. So yeah, if you got some ideas, thoughts on what I can use all these little pieces of fabric for, or big pieces of fabric for, I would love to hear from you some ideas. All right, well, that is going to be it for this video. Oh, I'm going to tell you, it probably took me about 3 hours, I would say. About 3.5 hours, I would say, to end up cutting that whole rug into its little pieces. And there is the string. A couple little pieces in there. All the strings that came out. Not sure if I could do with anything with these either, but yeah, lots of string. So yeah, so if you have any ideas, thoughts on what I can make out of these, I'd love to hear it. Okay, well, that is going to be it for me today. I appreciate each and every one of you that stopped by and hung out to the end of the video to see my final pile of fabrics. Thanks so much for stopping by, and as usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye for now.